Hey everyone, and welcome back to NhaTrang. If you missed my last 3 episodes from this beautiful coastal city, don't worry, I've linked them in the description along with my other Vietnam adventures. In this episode, I take you through the stunning Po Nagar Temple, explore the sacred Son Pagoda, and unwind with a peaceful afternoon at the Thap Ba Mud Bath, a perfect mix of history, culture, and relaxation.
The sun going down to other skies. All I want is to be there, with a new state of mind, a place I've never heard of. I will walk like a nomad. I've been stuck inside my house too long. Can't stand being all alone, wasting hours on my phone. I'm ready to go now.
So this is the Po Nagar Temple that I'm about to visit. So I just got stopped because they said short clothes are not allowed in the temple, meaning I need to cover my shoulders. So I'm looking for a wrap to do so. Now I always try to be mindful when visiting temples and religious sites, making sure that I'm dressed appropriately. But with the intense heat on this day, I'll admit it completely slipped my mind. So right next to you, the temple, there's some shopping. These ladies definitely try to upsell you. But I was able to get this wrap. I think it's a really pretty one. It's blue with elephants, so kind of happy with it. I got it for 60 dong though, or 60,000 dong. So for the locals, I believe they're letting them through, not covered. But for me being a foreigner, I've been told to cover, so that's okay. Po Nagar Temple is an ancient Hindu sanctuary found sometime between 781 AD. It's dedicated to the Yan Po Nagar, the goddess of the country. The temple offers incredible views and has a deep connection to Vietnam's past.
Take a chance on reaching my shore. My heart is full of hope, I'm on my way and I won't ever stop. So here I am, about to explore. I feel I must like never before. I'll take a chance on reaching my shore. My heart is full of hope, I'm on my way and I won't ever stop.
So no cameras are inside this temple, but from what I can see, it looks really beautiful.
Far
So to give you a better look at all of the towers, because it is hard to see, but you can actually go inside and worship in each one. But here's an example. Actually, I think these are all just different ancient temples. They all have different names to them. So the last one was the one that we're currently at right now. So interesting. So there are just so many towers to visit. You can actually go inside each tower, but you're not allowed to film in any of the towers. So I am absolutely as hot and sweaty as one could possibly be. Next, I made my way to Son Pagoda, one of the most iconic spiritual sites in Nha Trang. Known as the oldest temple in the city, it holds a fascinating history and it's home to Vietnam's largest Buddha statue, a record recognized by the Guinness Book of World Records for Vietnam. So this is the Son Pagoda behind me. I actually just needed to do some investigating on it because I did see what looks like a swastika up there, and I was curious towards the meaning. And this is a Buddhist temple, but there's a Hindu meaning to it. And just so you know, the other swastika that's known from World War II is actually different than what's shown up here. So just the FYI, for anyone who's looking and all of a sudden goes, oh, when they see it like I did, it's actually different, and I just kind of looked it up. So I'll give you a little bit more insight on it as soon as I do some more research on it, but I quickly just wanted to see for myself because I didn't feel comfortable as soon as I saw it. But just that's the FYI on it. The swastika symbol is often misunderstood in the Western world, but in Buddhism, it represents the Buddha's footprints, heart, and the cycle of samsara, birth, death, and rebirth. It's a symbol of good fortune and spiritual enlightenment, commonly found in temples and inscriptions. There are two versions. The clockwise swastika symbolizes prosperity and the path of Dharma, while the counterclockwise, though it also holds meaning in Jainism and Hinduism, its sacred origins have been overshadowed by its misuse in the 20th century. So it's absolutely pouring. Not sure I'm actually gonna get up to the pagoda. Originally built in 1886, The temple stood in a different location until a devastating typhoon in 1900 forced its relocation. Now perched in its current spot, it continues to attract visitors from all over the world with its sophisticated beauty and deep spiritual significance. So totally attempted to film some, and a good thing that I'm just using the GoPro, so it doesn't matter if it gets wet. But yeah, it's still raining, and I got pretty wet doing so. So I'm just reading, since I'm waiting out the rain. So it says in Buddhism, and I did read in Hindu as well. So it's the swastika is considered to symbolize the auspicious footprints of the Buddha. The left-facing swastika is often imprinted on the chest, feet, and the palms of Buddha images. It's an iconic symbol for the Buddha in many parts of Asia, and also with the Dharma wheel. So just the FYI if you see it. But as I did read the other version of the swastika, it does look different, at least from what I read. I'd have to compare the two to see for myself, but that's why you do see it in the Buddhist and Hindu religions. Getting to the highlight of Long Son Pagoda requires some effort. A climb of 193 steps to the mountaintop. And once you reach the summit, you're rewarded with an awe-inspiring sight. The giant white Buddha towering over the city and offering breathtaking panoramic views. Okay, so I've just taken a Grab to the Thap Ba Hot Spring Center. They have hot springs here, and they're known for their healing powers because they're very high in minerals, and they're known for their mud baths here. So I thought I would come and try it out. So I paid 315,000 dong, and that gives me the mud bath, a jacuzzi, the swimming pool, basically the entire experience.
Sunlight dances on the balcony as I wait for thee to come home.
So I think I'm getting a locker, a water, and a towel. So they've given me a ticket for, it's basically a bracelet for the mud bath. And they've also given me one for an actual locker to put my things in.
You walked into my life and I am glad you came, glad you came. When you're not around.
So this is really cool. They have all these kind of individual mud baths for you to go in. So really neat. Ooh, it's nice and warm. It's kind of fun. What's so amazing is that the mud literally pushes you kind of to the top in the tub. Like I can't even bring my legs down. They keep ending up floating up. It's so crazy. Like you can't even lay flat. You just, I'm floating right now. I'm not touching the bottom. It's so crazy. It literally brings you to the top. Wild. So I'm all full of mud and now I'm gonna dry out in the sun for a bit. So it was kind of amazing how buoyant you were in the mud. I totally wasn't expecting that. It's kind of the same reaction you would have if you were in water that had a lot of salt in it. You literally couldn't put your legs down, so it was kind of funny. We were kind of squirming all around the tub. Also, the mud is much more watery than I anticipated. I thought it would be really thick, so I really thought it was going to weigh me down, but just the opposite. Light, buoyant, and watery mud, but hopefully it makes me look 10 years younger.
Ooh, that sugar sweet, you got what I need. Sipping on the potion, all that good emotion, just my kind of heat. Keep it on repeat, destined by the potion, loving this devotion. Live it up, sweet emotion. Every time, every night, you and I on a roll. Switch it up, switch it up, switch it up where I'm going. Stay on the fly, just in time, know the right way to go. I'm on the road, it's my time, taking control of my life. I want to run the red lights, I've got to run this show. You always take me so high, you always make the highlights. I love the way we vibe, you're like a centerfold. Ooh, that sugar sweet.
Okay, so now this is the hot jacuzzi that you're supposed to stay in for a little bit. I do have to say that my skin is super soft now from the mud. So this water is really the perfect temperature. It's not too hot, it's not too cold. It's really just nice and warm. So, and it feels really good. I mean, actually all of the waters have been really warm. I was surprised. I was thinking that maybe the mud bath would be a little chilly, but no, it was nice. It was very temperate, so nice and warm.
Gonna make it right, little like an offer I can't refuse. I'm on the road, it's my time, taking control of my life. I want to run the red lights, I've got to run this show. You always take me so high, you always make the highlights. I love the way we vibe, you're like a center.
So such a different experience. This is actually a thermal waterfall.
All that good emotion, just my kind of heat. Keep it on repeat, destined by the potion, loving this devotion. Ooh, that sugar sweet.
So this has been such a nice experience.
Ooh, that sugar sweet.
So they also have regular swimming pools here as well, which is really nice.
Ooh, that sugar sweet, you got what I need. Sipping on the potion, all that good emotion, just my kind of heat. Keep it on repeat, destined by the potion, loving this devotion. Ooh, that sugar.
Okay, so I ordered some noodles and beef to eat.
Tested by the motion, loving this devotion. Live it up, live it up, live it up, sweet emotion. Every time, every night, you and I on a roll.
And an orange juice.
Switch it up, switch it up, switch it up where I'm going.
Orange juice is good.
I had the most amazing time exploring these iconic spots in NhaTrang. Make sure you're subscribed because next I'm heading to Hoi An, Da Nang, and taking a day trip to Ba Na Hills. See you next time.